Welcome to the Sleazy Podcast, the podcast about anything and everything, but mostly TV and movies. And now it's time to get sleazy.
Welcome back, everybody. This is a very special episode of the world-renowned Sleazy Podcast.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yes. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. And, I'm your host, Sleazy, and I'm also joined by my number one, Mr. PBS.
Hello, hello.
It's the old PBS chime. That's how we're kind of incorporating that in. And we got a special guest here.
Robzilla has changed so much over the last week.
This is what Ozempic does for you. You grow like a whole couple inches and a couple feet, obviously.
A couple feet.
Yeah. Robzilla is not here. But Papa Flynn was, originally going to be here because it's our holiday episode, our Christmas episode.
Yeah.
And we got to have Father Christmas himself here to celebrate.
It's tradition now.
Christmas. Yes.
The best season.
And, it's going to be a pretty chill episode. We're going to talk about the Superman Legacy trailer that dropped this week.
Eric's Christmas present.
Mm-hmm. I know. You probably saw it. We watched it beforehand, and you probably saw my eyes light up like a little kid. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. And then we're going to do Christmas movie double features. But there's a stipulation. The double feature movies, both movies have to have something in common. Do you have yours yet?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then after that, we'll do a little bit of Christmas trivia just to keep that kind of spirit alive. We won't keep score, though, just to do fun, have fun. Anyways, not do fun.
Do fun.
Do fun.
Do fun.
So that's all we got. Unless, I'm sure we'll come up with something on the fly, too.
Chill Christmas episode.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Fire crackling in the background.
Yep.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
So, is everybody ready for Christmas? I got to ask that first.
Yeah.
You good? Santa has got the presents already for the kids, right?
Yep. So that was the last day of work, so I'm off next week.
Nice. I wish I was off next week. Mm-hmm. I'm off the following week, though.
Got some cookies to bake and movies to watch.
Oh, yeah, definitely. How about you over there?
Yeah, already.
Already. Your one Christmas present that you got?
Right.
You probably shop. Do you shop for your dad and your mom?
It just kind of depends. Dad doesn't really need anything. He's retired and happily got anything he needs.
Is he even in town right now?
Not at the moment, no.
So he's in Florida.
F him. Yeah, he don't care. He's I helped him set up his Netflix and my Amazon Prime down there. He's good to go.
Okay. The gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
So hopefully they don't send you a letter like, sir, you're in Florida and Ohio. What's going on here?
Well, I did have that last year. I had to buy him the extra membership. For $8.
Okay.
So it's still better than getting a whole different one. But,
Yeah. Such a crime, right?
It's really all these streaming services. Like, look, if you're showing me ads, this thing better be free. You better quit complaining about where I'm using it.
I am not so much ready for Christmas. Like, pretty much, I just got to go to the Hallmark store and get some cards. It's always my thing every year, cards. Because, you don't want to keep giving the same ones again and again and again. And I got to get a few gift cards for the people that I just get gift cards for.
It's tricky to find them cards.
But anyways, like we mentioned before, we are Robzilla-less today. He bailed on our holiday special. How dare he? How dare he?
Those damn dogs.
Yeah. There's doggone excuses. No, in all seriousness, Rob had a family emergency, and we get it. He's stressed. He's got a lot going on, so he wouldn't be in the right mind frame to be here. Not that he ever is, right?
Come back, Rob.
Yeah. I just
probably what is. You mentioned before the show that you got Robzilla and I a couple little Christmas presents.
Yeah, as I do every year.
As the co-hosts. So that's what he's doing right now. He's out shopping for you right now because you had the nerve to
get him a gift,
to get him a few little things.
I told him, I was like, hey, I understand you can't make it, but you have to stop by the house or let me know when you're going to be home so I can drop these off. And he was like, it kind of like gave me the like, how dare you? You didn't have to do that.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, the cough is returned. I don't know if you've noticed that, Papa Flynn.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Dude, it's unbearable. It's like it came. It's like the revenge of the cough. It's back.
Well, hold on. I have a message for Robzilla. Sleazy Christmas promised me for your Christmas present that for the next 3 podcasts, he'll be very nice to you.
No.
So
He'll be nice to him for the rest of the year.
Yeah. For the rest of the year.
The rest of 2024.
Yeah, guess what? This is episode 199.
Oh.
So next time he comes back will be 200. And hot sauce,
I don't think you said that in the intro.
I didn't. So now they hear it. It's episode 199. Our next episode will be episode 200.
Oh,
so
man.
it's a big milestone for us. I mean, that's commitment. I mean, a lot of people just quit and stop doing it and get frustrated. I'm committed to my 30 to 50 to 100 listeners whenever they come in droves. But so hopefully we get the entire band back together for the 200.
Yeah, 200. That's a big one. You got to plan that one.
And I spoke with Hot Sauce today when I was bitching about Rob, and he was like, "Hey, after this weekend, I'm off for 2 weeks, so he should be able to." And I think next weekend, I'm guessing we'll do the 200th episode, and we'll do our like best of the year or whatever, favorites of the year, obviously. Whether that's I'm sure we'll do TV shows, and I mean I've watched enough so far, and I keep watching enough. I caught up on Knuckles, by the way.
Oh, good. Do you like it?
I think if I'm a kid, that's the fucking sweetest thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
But I mean, as an adult, I mean, it was okay to watch.
It fits in well with the Sonic, the current Sonic universe.
I will say the main guy in this one was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It was like no one is that over the top. You know what I mean? Like just he's like he's at an 11 and he needs to take it down to like a 5 or a 6. But I mean, it was cool. I mean, there's some funny parts in it. Knuckles is awesome.
Yeah.
Idris Elba or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun watch. I mean, if you got family and you want to watch it, you get on Paramount Plus and watch it.
Yeah, Charlie loves it.
Oh, dude, Paramount Plus has got tons of killer shows right now. I'm watching Landman on Sundays. Tulsa King is awesome. I just started watching Lioness. That's pretty decent, and I've heard the first season's kind of a snoozer, and it gets better after that. So I'm really excited about that. And then Mayors of Kingstown with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of good shows on there. The new Dexter prequel's on there.
I keep seeing that when
I watched the first episode of that, which was pretty much just a reshoot of a former episode where they explain his first kill. And, his dad instilling the code in him so he won't kill normal people. But, it's good so far. I'm pretty interested in it. Christian Slater is the playing Dexter's dad. And what's her face? Buffy from the TV show Buffy.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah, she plays like the lead forensic specialist in the show. So, and she was good for the most part. And the girl that's playing Deb is like spot on. So far I have no complaints with it. It's pretty awesome. But yes, we are going to talk about the Superman trailer, obviously. And you know what? I forgot to share my screen, so I'm going to have to throw the audio on top of this. That's okay. A little extra editing won't hurt anybody, right? Okay. Entire screen. Share system audio. Okay. Let's see here. So, I don't know if Superman Legacy's on Letterboxd yet because it's not.
It might be on there already.
But we'll just go to
because it's upcoming.
We'll just go to IMDb though. The standard here.
Look at that right there on the front.
Yeah. It's Superman. That's the trailer though. So we want Superman Legacy. Is it not Legacy anymore? It's just Superman. Okay. All right. So what's your first impressions of it? You're the guest, Papa Flynn, Father of Christmas.
Give us a little bit of your own Superman history. What do you think about Superman in general?
I like Superman. I remember watching that Lewis and Clark show on USA back in the day.
That was so good.
I love that. Yeah,
I remember like religiously watching that on like Sundays. It used to be on like NBC, I thought.
I remember on
Yeah.
USA. I don't remember. That's all I remember.
Well, USA is NBC, so
Yeah, the reruns and all that.
I remember like watching it religiously, and then I went to go watch it one Sunday, and it was gone. I was like, "What the hell?" Because back then you didn't hear about shows getting canceled,
Yeah,
unless you bought the little TV weekly magazine or whatever.
yeah, the TV guide.
But you're not as big of a pop culture fan as us. So what's your take?
It looks interesting. I mean, I think I always like Superman. I haven't really enjoyed the last. Like, I didn't really like Superman and versus Batman, whatever it was called.
Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, I didn't love those. But it looks promising. James Gunn's good. I like all the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, and I think he'll be. And I like the. Didn't he do the ensemble movie? What was that?
Suicide
Squad.
Squad.
He did the second Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so I enjoyed that. So I think did he do Peacemaker or is that somebody else?
Yeah, he did Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, I love Peacemaker. So,
Peacemaker show.
Yeah, okay. So I'm hopeful. I think it looks good. I mean, the trailer was cool.
Yeah, I didn't know. As you can see there, Alan Tudyk is in that, and I don't know what role he's playing. Do you? It must be a surprise role. Wonder if he's like Brainiac or something.
He's probably doing a voice of something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. This cast is loaded, though. I mean, Nicholas Hoult, you may remember him from he played Beast in the second wave of the X-Men movies and various things. He was in that the Menu movie.
Oh,
yeah, that was good. He's good in everything he plays in, and he's in that new Clint Eastwood movie,
Juror Number 2.
Juror Number 2. Yeah, that looks really good.
looks like there's lots of villains in this movie.
Yeah. So Frank Grillo's in it. He plays Rick Flag Sr. Obviously, Superman is played by David Cornsweet, relatively newcomer. He's played in a couple things, but he's not, a big name. Skylar Gisondo, I think that's how you say his name. You recognize him? He's playing Jimmy Olsen, but he plays the son in The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, okay. The picture is kind of pixely from. But...
Oh, yeah, you're looking on that.
Oh, yeah.
Here. There you go.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
okay.
You definitely see it there. Let's see who else we got in here.
Wendell Pierce.
And we've got some sponsor thing for something. Nathan Fillion is playing Guy Gardner, which is a Green Lantern character. Rachel Brosnahan. Sorry if I butchered your name. She's playing Lois Lane. Wendell Pierce is playing Perry White. Everybody knows Wendell Pierce.
Yeah.
He's that black dude that's in everything. And you can't have a James Gunn movie without Sean Gunn in it. But okay, PBS, what is your thoughts on it?
Mostly positive. I do like sort of all these little throwbacks to like Christopher Reeve Superman without overdoing it. I don't think. I love like the poster they released a couple days before the trailer.
Oh yeah,
was in its way sort of reminiscent of the original Superman trailer.
They put it with the newer music mixed in with the old score.
Yeah. Somebody was saying
the suit too. Like the suit's got.
Yeah, they brightened it back up from the Cavill stuff. I don't know. It's still got a little bit too much of that comic book movie look for me that we've sort of come to expect lately. I was hoping it would have in its way like a more natural look, which would sort of accentuate like the comic characters and all that. But that's that's all just kind of stuff I'm holding on to till I actually see the movie. But I'm loving the vibes. I kind of like Papa Flynn said, there seems to be a lot of characters in this movie. And I'm hoping
there's a lot.
I'm hoping they don't overdo those characters because part of my problem with a lot of these franchise movies anymore is that they cram a lot into a movie like they don't have more movies.
That was the problem with Black Adam.
Yeah.
There was just way too much going on in Black Adam, and you couldn't get invested in Black Adam and the characters he was trying to save. And
like, I said the same thing about Beetlejuice earlier this year. One of my problems with Beetlejuice was they tried to cram too much into one movie. And it's like, these are big franchise studio movies. If they want to make a sequel, they'll probably make one. So you don't have to like worry about cramming them over full with characters and storyline. Like you could just like, we'll get another movie. It's all right. Even if this one does poorly. So I'm liking. People were kind of hesitant about the new guy playing Superman. I think he looks good. I think he actually looks different enough as Clark Kent that you might not look at him and be like, "Oh, that is Superman."
That's one thing I got to compliment James Gunn on. Like when they did Henry Cavill, when you finally get to see him as Clark Kent, and like in the first movie, he doesn't have any glasses. He's just walking around as this stud, son of a farmer, and you're like, "Oh man." And then Batman versus Superman, they just put some glasses on him, and it's like he looks the same.
Yeah.
And that's part of the thing. The downfall with Henry Cavill was he was too muscular. I thought Superman's supposed to be like your average, normal,
looking dude,
looking guy from what state do they live? Kansas.
Yeah.
So, and David Cornsweet, he's in shape. Obviously, that's not an issue, but you can put some baggy clothes on him, and he looks like your everyday average Joe you can pick on.
You can really kind of like mess up his hair. His hair almost looks curly when he's Clark Kent.
Yeah, but he looks great in the suit, and he looks great as Clark Kent. I mean, I wish they would have gone. The glasses aren't kind of Clark Kent, but it is what it is. They're doing more modern day glasses, I guess you could say. But man, the trailer, just like I said, when we were watching it, I was like, it's giving me chills. I mean, it just gives you that type of feel. And if you're any type of fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman films, then I think, you get that feel from this movie.
They've made me really like this whole week. I've been like, as soon as I'm done with these Christmas movies, I'm popping in Superman.
Yeah. Well, and I watched the Christopher Reeve documentary on Max that was just out in theaters.
Superman.
Yeah, the Christopher Reeve story or whatever. Man, did that guy fight like hell to, raise awareness for paraplegics. And I mean, they say this in the trailer, but I mean, people are walking today because of Christopher Reeve. All the charity work he did, he raised all the money, got it to the right people, and, they figured stuff out. But man, that is a tearjerker, dude. Don't watch that movie if you don't want to get emotional. I mean, you will tear up, and if you don't, you're not a human being. But yeah, I thought he was filming a movie and they were on a horse and he fell off of it, but
he was just a horse rider.
He was a competitive horse rider. Yeah. And what happened was, what's the things they jump over?
I forget what they're called, like the hurdle kind of thing.
Yeah. So there's a term of what happened to him, but basically he went to go jump over it and something freaked the horse out and the horse stood up or something like that. And he fell like right on his head. And he was supposed to die. And they didn't think he was going to be able to, live or whatever, but he made it through and he fought like hell. And I don't think he was able to wean himself off of the ventilator.
Yeah.
So he always had to have that. I mean, he couldn't do it for very long, but he tried like hell. But man, just a great episode or great documentary. And you really, you got a feel for what him and his family went through. And they interviewed his first. He was never married to that lady, but they had children together. And then obviously he went his separate ways. And he was a bachelor for a little bit, and looked like he had fun. I mean, he kind of admits that in some of the interviews. But and then he didn't remarry, but he married a chick, and I think they had a kid. I'm not 100%, or she was obviously very close to his children that he had. But just a phenomenal documentary. If you're a Christopher Reeve fan, you've got to watch it just to see everything. But the new Superman movie looks dope. I am so excited for it. And I've seen a lot of people bitching about crypto.
It even has crypto in it, yeah.
Yeah, like that's, dude, people are, I guarantee you.
Say his name. Say who you're thinking right now.
Muzz.
Say Muzz.
Muzz. Yeah, I went and pressed shirts last night, and Muzz was like, that looks corny as hell with that crypto dog. I'm like, what are you talking about?
And I'm not saying he's wrong, but I like Superman a little corny.
Yeah. The guy,
he's supposed to be
James Gunn is good at that though.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be Mr. Truth, Justice, in the American Way and all that,
Yeah, there's a certain innocence that Superman has. He's the farm boy that was taught all these great values, and he can do no wrong. So it's only natural that crypto shows up at some point.
It's weird though. One of the shots in there I saw, and it was like it reminded me so much of like Homelander, like the way it looked. I was like, oh, this is because it obviously that's who that character is based on. So it's interesting.
But I think Crypto is going to be obviously next summer's Baby Groot.
All right, yeah.
And who's responsible for Baby Groot? James Gunn.
Exactly.
You're going to see people are going to buy that breed of dog. I was even thinking about it today. I was trying to Google and see what it was. But people are going to buy that breed of dog, whatever it is, and they're going to be like, I want a white one. I want to name it Crypto. But in the comics, isn't Crypto like a golden retriever of some sort, like a golden retriever mix of something, I think?
I don't know. I always thought he was a white dog of something.
Let's see. I tried to Google it, and I couldn't really get like a solid answer. Google.com. What breed is Crypto the dog? Okay, Crypto the dog has been depicted as many different breeds over the years, but is usually depicted as a white Labrador retriever. Okay, so white shepherd, husky, Dalmatian, generic white dog. That means mutt. For the film, director James Gunn based Crypto's appearance on his own dog, Ozu. That's a weird name for a dog. So is Crypto, right?
Yeah.
Crypto has to be from Krypton, right?
I was going to say, like, if you had a dog, would you name your dog Ert? This is my dog, Ert.
Yeah, but I'm stoked for it, man. I think it looks good. I think Crypto is going to be that like nice warm touch that adds to the movie and gets people invested. People are already like that dog, but nothing better happened to that dog.
Yeah. He's like biting his cape.
Yeah. He drags him back to the Fortress of Solitude. And that's another thing. We get the Fortress of Solitude back. Yeah. You know, I respect what Zack Snyder did. They tried to make it a realistic Superman movie, and I got the ship. But God damn it, there's just something about the Fortress of Solitude that's cool as fuck and needs to be in every Superman movie.
Red tights, red ass. You know, like I like the Superman's colorful.
My one complaint is I don't like the trunks. I'm over it. I think it looks cheesy. But I'm sure there'll be jokes in the movie.
Did you read somebody? I think they had that same conversation about what to do about the trunks, and somebody involved with the movie said, "Well, he needs the trunks because he looks kind of like a pro wrestler with the trunks, and when kids see that, they can like associate like pro wrestlers with like the good guy, the hero, And it's like supposed to represent that to kids or something. I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of at least an interesting explanation for why you would do that.
Yeah, that does seem, like a good reason there to keep them in. Okay, so before we move on to our Christmas movie double features, I just got to give a shout out to Chuckles here.
Where is he?
So
he was here last year for Christmas, wasn't he?
Yes, he is. Chuckles is at home recovering from surgery.
Oh.
So we wish you a speedy recovery, Chuckles, and we can't wait to hear that beautiful laugh again. We miss you, and get well soon. So, I don't think but obviously PBS and I know he's had a little gastric issue with his esophagus for, probably 4 or 5 years now?
For a while.
But every time he would eat, it would feel like his food was stuck, and then he would throw it up. So they ended up doing after getting scoped and not finding anything. And then they finally were like, this is the last resort. We're going to go with this. But they do something where they go in and it's a muscle that doesn't relax or something like that. And so it prevents your food from going down into your stomach. And they pretty much do something to relieve that and get the food flowing back into its normal state. So he had that surgery done. That's
good. I'm glad he's taking care of himself.
Yes, it's so nice. How many times have we been on that guy? And I'm so happy that he's finally doing that. And I'm sure he's going to feel like $1 million once he is able to eat a meal and keep it down.
Yeah.
Because that guy loves to eat. So
he loves his food adventures.
Yes, he does. Oh, and also before we start the main highlight of the show, I just want to remind everybody that this episode is sponsored by ShopNerdKO.com, your home for all things nerdy. And make sure you are liking and subscribing to our YouTube videos and anything, TikTok videos. Just make sure you're liking things, sharing them. And, we'll get into it now. Who wants to go first? You're the guest of honor.
Yeah, I'll go first.
And, you just came up with this on the fly. So what do you got for us here?
Oh, for our double feature?
Yes.
Okay, so I just kind of got sprung on me last minute, so I had to think quickly. Elf is my favorite movie, my favorite Christmas movie. So I was trying to think of a way to work this in to make it work. So Elf is my first pick for the first half of my double feature, for many reasons, but because it's my favorite movie. And to make the double feature work, I'm going to a movie that I have not seen yet. I'm going to watch it here next week, but it's a new movie. It's called Spirited. And
that's on. Yeah, so you're going with the Will Ferrell connection here. Okay, so and that's part of the stipulation of this double feature is that both movies have to be related
somehow.
Yeah, they have to be connected somehow. So,
but Spirited is, it's based on the Christmas Carol.
Yes.
So it's a new take on that,
and that's available on
Apple
Plus TV. Yeah, so you can watch that there. And Elf you can watch on Max and
I think Hulu maybe.
Yeah, it's on everything pretty much. So, okay.
So yeah, that's my pick. I hopefully Spirited's good. I'm not really a musical person. I know this is a musical, I guess, but hopefully it'll be funny. It's got Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell in it, so I think
I'm not a musical person either, and that's pretty much turned me away from this movie for a couple years that it's been out. So,
well, you can come over and watch it when we watch it, and
maybe
knock it out.
We'll see. It's got an average Letterboxd ranking of 2.9, so it's a little above average.
Oh, is that out of 5?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, out of 10. I was like, oh crap.
Okay. So it's right in the middle there.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything Letterboxd is 5 stars. So.
Oh, okay.
That's their rating system.
Thank God. I really thought it was 10. It was out of 10. I was like, oh my gosh.
You came up with this segment, so I'm going to let you go last.
Okay.
So it only makes sense here. Okay. Now, my double feature is going to be Action Christmas. So, you ready for the first one?
Do it.
Okay, let's see here. I'm going to pop it up on the screen there. That's what she said.
Oh.
Fat Man with Mel Gibson and Walton Goggins.
Okay.
So this is, a rowdy, unorthodox Santa Claus is fighting to save his declining business, which in this one, Santa Claus works for the government. They contract him to do things to keep people happy. Meanwhile, Billy, a neglected and, what is that? Precocious? 12 precocious. There we go. 12-year-old hires a hit. Oh, yeah, you can't really read it on the screen there. He got it, though. He knew what I was talking about. Hires a hitman to kill Santa after receiving a lump of coal in his stocking. And the hitman is Walton Goggins, and he just happens to have something against Santa for giving him coal when he was a kid.
Is Mel Gibson Santa?
Yeah, Mel Gibson Santa.
Is Santa. Okay.
Yeah, but they have this like huge like shootout at the end. It's great. It's a fun movie. It's fun to watch. Looks like you can get it on Peacock Premium and Fandango at home. So let's see if all services pops up. Yeah, stream, you can just get it on Peacock. You can rent it, the usual places. And you can buy it in the usual places, obviously.
I'll have to check it out. I've never seen it.
You've never seen that?
No.
Oh, man, it's good. I really enjoy it. This came out, 2020. So this was like one of the movies I watched when I was like locked inside during the pandemic.
What was its average rating?
The average rating for this one is a 2.7. So it's not for everybody, but I would say it's an average movie. Okay, so now my second one is fairly new.
Isn't Mel Gibson Jewish, though?
What's that?
Isn't he Jewish? Or is that,
no, he's Christian.
He doesn't like Jewish people.
I think
he doesn't like Jewish
people. I think he has a bit of a problem with the Jewish people.
Okay. There was something with that.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. You don't remember those drunken
yeah, I remember that. I just couldn't remember which side he was on.
So were you pro or anti?
I don't think he'd have a career if he was like, I hate those fucking Christians. And they would have got rid of him back then for saying that. It is amazing that he survived bashing Jewish people and still has a career.
I don't know how much of one he has anymore, but
He's still working.
he's working.
And he's still made some decent movies here lately. I mean, they're not the blockbusters that he used to release with like Julia Roberts or anything, but the man's still putting out decent quality stuff for the most part. And then he has some shit fire like Robzilla Tubi movies.
Yeah.
But all right, the next one up is Violent Night with starring David Harbour. Here's the synopsis for this one. When a team of mercenaries breaks into a wealthy family compound on Christmas Eve, taking everyone inside hostage, the team isn't prepared for a surprise combatant. Santa Claus is on the grounds, and he's about to show why this Nick is no saint.
Ooh.
But this is a super fun movie. Have you seen this?
I still haven't.
Dude, you got to watch this.
You
haven't watched this either?
No.
What's it on right now? Does it say?
We'll find out here. This will be your new favorite Christmas movie when you watch this.
It was, I think when it originally came out, it was on Peacock or something, and then it showed up on Prime or Netflix, and I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah. I own a digital copy of this, so if you want, I'll come over and sign in to Fandango and we'll watch it. But David Harbour plays Santa. John Leguizamo plays the main bad guy. Beverly D'Angelo plays the mother. And then there's a couple other people that you'll notice. But it's funny. Like, I would describe it as like Home Alone, the adult version of Home Alone with like a mystical like warrior Santa Claus in it who happens to be a drunk and, you know, he's kind of losing his magic a little bit. But super fun watch. I mean, it's got some great, I wouldn't say gore, but there's some great scenes where he really jacks some people up and you're like, holy crap, dude, this is awesome.
I thought you were going Lethal Weapon with your second pick, but
no, I thought about doing Mel Gibson, connecting Mel Gibson. And
Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie.
yeah,
it is. Well, it's funny. Last night, Muzz and I were talking about this, and he was like, he had a similar idea when I explained the premise to him about the double features. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going Fat Man and Daddy's Home 2, Mel Gibson."
Oh, okay.
And I think I'll say this, not Mel Gibson, but Daddy's Home 2 is probably the most underrated Christmas movie to come out in years past. It's probably my favorite Christmas movie that's come out in probably the last decade.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
No,
Oh, you got to watch it. You've seen Daddy's Home, right?
probably.
With Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I think I have. It's been a while.
So the second one is obviously same people, but they introduced their parents in this one, the dads. And Mel Gibson is Mark Wahlberg's dad. He plays like an astronaut that's all tough. And John Lithgow is
nice.
Will Ferrell's dad, and he's like a sissy guy that is all about nurturing people with love and stuff. But it's a really cool movie, and that will get you in the Christmas spirit. Like, there's just something about that movie that's special.
Okay.
Like, it's a must watch this time of year.
I'll add it to the list then.
So here's where you can stream Violent Night. You can get it on the Stars apps.
That no one has.
Yeah. So I mean, you could if you have Stars on Amazon Prime. Some people do. They're still in business.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, somebody's paying for it. And then obviously you can rent it and buy it at the usual places. Okay. So I'm done. It's all you, brother.
Oh,
We're just whizzing through this episode, man.
so I got a few I was trying to think of all week.
Oh boy. See, it's never just like one. He's got to go full steam. That's why I let him go last.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I was almost hoping to try to make a game out of it. Like, where you have those games where like somebody names a movie and somebody has to name an actor.
Association game or something.
Yeah, so
like that?
I was trying to think if we could do that with Christmas movies, but there's probably so many out there I haven't seen. And I'm like, I don't know if we could do that. So
I want to make a game I'm going to lose at.
right. So
Yeah, Rob's not here for us to do that.
right.
So
I'll save the first one I thought of for last. But when I kind of pitched the idea to you, I picked Home Alone and Die Hard. Two Christmas favorites that I already love. Die Hard's the first one I watch every year. I haven't watched Home Alone yet this year. And my connective tissue was sort of, they're both about two people who fight off thieves on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, that's good.
I like that one better, but you came up with it, so I didn't want to take that idea. But I like that was my favorite one.
Yeah.
So how did you know he was not going to?
Well, because he already brought it up. I didn't want to have an original idea.
Honestly, the reason I picked that one is because I think it was one of the most obvious ones.
Yeah, it's the easiest.
I didn't want Rob Zilla to pick it at the last second.
Well, it's probably two of my top 5 Christmas movies in there. So
I think that's why he didn't come over tonight. He was sweating. He couldn't figure out a connection.
I literally, like I said, I'm picking one of the most obvious ones just so Rob can't get it.
There's no connection in the Tubi section with these movies.
He could have picked. I know you could do Die Hard 2 and Home Alone 2 because they're both.
He could have just done Hallmark and picked the one lady from Full House that stars in every Hallmark movie now. Well, she's on some Christian network now.
Yeah,
she left Hallmark because they're too woke for her.
Yeah, they weren't Christian enough for them. Let's see. Another one here I picked was Black Christmas.
Okay,
the original from remember if that's like 70 something or 80 something.
Well, let's find out here. I've never watched the original Black Christmas. I saw the one they did a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm. I've only seen it like once, and I need to give it a rewatch. So I wasn't super duper into it the first time.
I know this is like for some people this is a must watch every holiday, like particularly like horror fans.
Yeah,
like they just love this.
And I think I don't know how many. They've had like at least 2 remakes or 3 remakes.
Yeah, I think there's
by now.
Well, there was like one in the early 2000s, and they did one, like I said, a couple of years ago.
Right.
So,
have you seen them all?
No. I've barely seen this one. I saw it once years ago. I got it on Blu-ray at home. I need to give it a chance again. But
would you guess what? It's on Tubi, by the way.
Oh, see, Rob could have picked it.
We should call Rob when we're done with this segment and make him join in on trivia.
Has he seen it? Is he on your friends list down there?
There's you. No, I don't see the.
Not surprised.
The Zilla eating eating chips and drinking diet soda on the couch. Would you like me to read the synopsis for you, sir?
Sure, go ahead.
If this picture doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight. As the residents of the Pi Kappa Sigma sorority house prepare for the festive season, a stranger begins to harass them with a series of obscene phone calls. It's got an average rating of 3.8, by the way.
Oh, wow.
And let's launch all the services where you can watch this.
Dang, everywhere.
That's pretty good. If you got a 3.8 on Letterboxd, you know you're in store for a solid movie. So you can stream this on Prime Video, AMC Plus, Crackle, whatever that is. I've never heard of that. Have you?
A penguin.
Is it Penguin?
I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Can you click on it? Flex. Okay.
Sorry, they need to update their service then. Obviously, it's available on Shudder if it's available on AMC Plus, Peacock, Roku, and Tubi. So it's available everywhere. You don't need to buy this unless you want to buy it and add it to your collection.
I need a notepad where all these movies down I need to watch.
Yeah, you definitely do.
And the movie it's getting paired with is A Christmas Story.
Okay. So I don't think we need to.
I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
But the connective tissue is they're both directed by Bob Clark.
Okay.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
So, yep.
And A Christmas Story came after that in 1983.
Yep.
So,
like I say,
those of you that don't know what A Christmas Story is, there it is right there. And listen, you don't need to rent this. If, like I said, and if you haven't seen this, if you've been living under a rock all these years, I mean, come on.
There are some people out there who really do not like A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them.
You almost have to go out of your way to not have seen this movie.
There's a reason why it was at TBS and TNT play it 24 hours on Christmas. You know, it starts at midnight and then goes all the way through Christmas.
Sometime on Christmas Eve. And
Yeah, it's awesome. Who doesn't love it? Did you like the sequel? I can't remember.
I still haven't watched it yet. I need to get around to it.
It's decent. It's a nice little, for them doing it so many years later. Yeah. It was decent.
Just a little something extra to have.
And A Christmas Story has an average rating of 3.6.
Blasphemy.
Yeah. I give it a 4. Is it a 5-star for you, or?
I think I gave it like a 4.
It's a solid 4. I mean, it's not the most perfect movie, but it's great because everybody can relate to it.
As a Christmas movie, it's a 5-star Christmas movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
it's just a regular movie. It's a 4-star movie.
Okay. What else you got for us, man?
All right, so I was trying to think of some just to kind of throw together. So I'm picking The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, wow.
And Kurt Russell's Christmas movie, The Christmas Chronicles.
Oh, yeah, that was a decent one.
You got Kurt Russell, Santa Claus in that one. I'm going with my connective tissues. They're both Kurt Russell with a beard and funky hats.
Have you ever seen The Thing, John?
No.
Oh my gosh.
What is wrong with? So, did you ever see Stargate?
No, I didn't watch it.
We got to watch Stargate, dude.
Stargate's a fun one too.
Before the end of the year.
Is that when it leaves Prime or whatever?
I think it's on Netflix. I think wasn't it a Netflix?
I wouldn't worry. I'll buy that movie. And, we'll watch it that way.
I am cheating a bit because I still haven't seen the Christmas Chronicles either.
Really?
Yeah.
So how can you recommend something you haven't even watched?
It's just
you
my
dirty
my
bastard.
Kurt Russell double.
I did
feature.
the same thing though with Spirited.
Well, you're allowed to do that. You're Papa Flynn. You've got
You're the
things
guest.
going on.
You're the
Yeah.
guest.
You don't stay locked up in your house and avoid everybody, and only see people, once every 2 weeks.
I wish. Yeah.
Only watch movies all day. That's good.
Yeah, that's what he does, dude. So run me through your typical day off.
It just depends. I got up late today because I've been working for like the last 7 days in a row. But normally get up, eat breakfast.
What's for breakfast?
Some sausage and a biscuit and some bacon.
Okay,
And stuff. Sometimes excuse me,
a lot of protein there.
Yeah. if I'm feeling squirrely, I'll make some pancakes or something.
Boy, you're going to be next to going to the operating table.
Hey, hold on 1 second real quick before I forget, because this is it's been a while for me. Have you watched Gladiator yet?
Negative.
He didn't even watch it to prepare for Gladiator 2.
Which apparently I don't need to see.
No, they literally catch you up. I mean, I wish I would have watched Gladiator so I would have been more like, I don't know, familiar with some of the lines they were saying, because it's been years since I've watched Gladiator in one sitting.
Yeah. Like high school. We're in high school when the movie came out.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a phenomenal movie. I didn't rank Christmas Chronicles. I'll give that a 3.
It's to the point now where
The average rating for this movie is 2.9, by the way.
Not bad.
And you can watch that on Netflix because it's a
I think it was
Netflix
a Netflix
exclusive.
movie. 2.9 for a Netflix movie is pretty good. I think.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
But I'm to the point now where I think even if I see Gladiator, I'm just going to not tell anybody
Okay.
ever.
He's already got the
one-star review.
1-star review punched in for hot sauce.
I got it chambered, ready to go.
I don't know if you know that, but that's like hot sauce's favorite movie.
I know that's what I remember last time. It might have been last Christmas episode or a couple years, whenever it was, but talking about it and
There was almost a fight here when we used to have everybody in the studio. He was on it one night. He
in
was
the
like,
spirit of getting ready for the 200th episode, you should watch it so we can discuss.
yeah,
it.
that would be cool.
Might have to do that.
Yeah, there's got to be some milestone from you on the 200th episode.
Yeah. I'll think about that.
Especially if certain people might be here, so that'd be a good treat.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got a couple more. I'm going to cheat here a little bit because I'm not necessarily picking 2 movies. So the first one I'm going to pick is Tales from the Crypt, the movie
Oh, geez.
from 1972. It's a British horror anthology, and the first segment in the anthology is called.
By the way, not to cut you off, but in The Thing, is there anything like Christmas? I'm trying to remember.
Just very wintry.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Gotcha.
always watch it around Christmas time, or like once the snow hits.
You're going with the vibe.
So it's like
Gotcha.
it's like Frozen then. Frozen's not really a Christmas movie, but it's a winter movie.
You've never seen The Thing either?
No,
Oh, dude, you're missing out on like great films.
I would like to see that movie.
Yes.
I mean, for its time, it's still like pristine to this day. Like
Yeah.
it is amazing.
I'm confident that it'll be a good.
It's all practical effects, so nothing looks like terribly fake or any of that. And
John Carpenter in his prime.
yeah, I mean, Kurt
Well, that's like
Russell's.
when I finally got around to watching Alien, that movie, I think that was awesome.
If you like Alien, you're gonna love.
That's
The
why
Thing.
I feel like it's probably in that vibe where it's like a
Yeah, they're in like Antarctica, and it's a research team, and
Yeah, it's good stuff.
there's a shapeshifter, obviously, and they don't know how to tell people apart. It's really good.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch that too.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Okay, carry on, sir.
So the thing about like I say, it's an anthology horror movie. So like some people get stuck in a crypt, and the crypt keeper comes out, kind of like the TV show, and tells them some stories. And the first one is called "And All Through the House," and it's about a woman who I think murders her husband on like Christmas Eve, and at the same time she's hearing radio broadcasts that like there's been an insane asylum patient who's been on the loose, and it turns out he's like killed a Santa Claus or something, and he took the Santa suit. So like the whole time this woman's kind of dealing with the stuff in her house, she's hearing these radio broadcasts about an insane Santa running around, and he ends up showing up at the house. and it's a fun one. And it's got some other segments in it that I really like too. But that's sort of the Christmassy one. So you get through those segments, and then what you do is you look up the Tales from the Crypt television show, and they did their own standalone episode called "And All Through the House." And I think Tales from the Crypt's kind of hard to find, the TV show, but I'm sure if you look it up on YouTube, a lot of them are up there.
Okay.
And that's actually the second episode of the first season of Tales from the Crypt. And it's directed by Robert Zemeckis and written by Fred Decker. So it's kind of like a classic one. It's got Larry Drake plays the insane Santa. And it's definitely a kind of your horror double feature to get you into Christmassy mood.
Nothing gets me in the Christmas mood like seeing people slaughtered.
Right.
By an insane Santa Claus.
You know it.
Santa Claus, as my grandmother used to say.
I always liked it when I start my
Your
Christmas.
mom says that too.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Never noticed that.
Every once, yeah, she'll bust it out.
It's a Cunningham thing.
Yeah.
So like when I do my Christmas movies during the year, I kind of start out earlier in the month doing like the less Christmassy stuff. So I'll watch like my Christmas horror movies and stuff.
By the way, we are both National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation theme today.
Right.
I've got a Shitter is Full t-shirt on. There we go.
I got Clark in the family truckster with the tree on top.
Yeah. Where'd you put your shirt at? I got you.
I threw it over there.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, hold it up for the camera. You show the limited edition Nerdco shirt this year.
I wore what I wore to work today.
That's fine. At least you showed up.
That's right.
I'll wear it on the next episode. So sort of the one that made me start thinking about this was there's a movie called The Night They Saved Christmas. And it's a TV movie from the 80s.
Oh, really?
And
those TV movies back in the day were good.
you know, it's really funny. You know, we were kind of talking about how I'm not quite sure how much I like the idea of what Superman the movie looked like. It looked too comic-y and all that. And if you watch like a lot of just made-for-TV stuff from the 80s and 90s, like TV shows used to look really good. They were, the lighting and everything. That's one of the things I think we've lost moving from digital to film is all the little kind of intricacies of stuff you had to do.
Yeah.
Just to make it look good. And now anymore, it's like, well, we'll fix it.
You couldn't be lazy back then. Yeah. Everything had to be perfect.
Right. I think about, I started using my dad's film camera recently. And just the idea of focusing and using the light and checking the light meter and refocusing. And sometimes you got to step forward and step back. Just the little things that goes into something like taking a picture. I think it shows. And anymore, a lot of stuff's kind of digital. And you're kind of like, I can fix it later and edit it and whatever. And so I think a lot of these older movies from the 80s and 90s, even though they were just TV movies, still look pretty good. So The Night They Saved Christmas was like a childhood favorite. And I hadn't watched it in like 20 years probably. And wouldn't you know it, it's on YouTube in like a really good, like somebody got it on there in like HD quality. And it's stretched to fit the screen now. So it's letterboxed, even though back in the day it was a square like your TV. So I watched it for a few minutes and I'm like, no, this looks too good for me. So I Googled it again on YouTube.
I need a shittier version.
I need a shittier version. It's not right. So I found on YouTube there's also a version that's in the 1331 square format, and it had like 80s commercials in it.
Oh wow, they filmed the whole thing.
Somebody taped it off TV off their local station in Philadelphia or something.
That's cool.
So
I have episodes of Emergency on VHS.
Oh yeah,
that are taped from TV.
By the way, I just want to point out that this is available on Tubi.
Yep, that was my other thing. It's available on Tubi.
If you, we'll see. There you go. You can see it on YouTube there. And it has an average score of 3.1, so it's a decent movie.
Like I say, it's kind of an average, 80s TV movie. You're not going to see, Academy Award winning stuff, but it's a fun time. It really got me in sort of the holiday mood today. And it's about this guy is drilling for oil in like the Arctic, and he's involved with the company. And the idea is their site A is not producing oil, so they're going to move to the second site, and they're using dynamite to do the wells and all that.
Yeah.
And they're going to blow up the North Pole City.
Jesus. You can't have that.
Right? So Santa...
You could double feature that with the thing. With,
almost.
Arctic,
Yeah, you could have.
So it's like, they come to the guy's wife and his wife and kids, say, we'll bring you to the North Pole City and show you everything so you can go back and convince your husband to quit dynamiting and kill us all.
Yeah.
And it's got like the things of like, is Santa real or is he fake or is he not real and all that. And it's got there's one of the kids says he's talking to his parents like at the dinner table, and I forget they're just talking about is Santa real or not, and they're just talking, and I forget exactly what the mom says, but the mom says something and upsets the kid, and the kid's like, I hate you and I hope you die.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, damn, like that wasn't just for a little bit of talking about Santa. That was really over the top.
That's a terrible thing to say right there.
Yeah. Whew. So it's got Paul Williams is another actor that you probably recognize his face if you don't recognize his name. He plays an elf who gets him and all that. So it's a fun 80s throwback time. And I'm going to pair it with a Twilight Zone episode called The Night of the Meek. And it's about this sort of like bad Santa kind of character who's an alcoholic. And he's playing Santa at the local mall or whatever this year. And he shows up late and he, upsets the guy and he, just lets down all the kids and he lets down the neighborhood kids. What happens is he finds Santa's bag and he's able to give the kids presents and all that. And he's able to redeem himself a little bit. And it's a really nice, heartfelt Twilight Zone episode. I forget which season it's from. But the connective tissue here is Santa in both of these is played by an actor named Art Carney. So it's really just nice, fun, wholesome, good time Christmas stuff for that one.
All right. That's all you got?
That's all I got.
Okay.
I was trying to
change, you filthy animal.
Right. I was trying to work in like Ernest Saves Christmas. I couldn't quite do it unless I just paired it up with another Ernest movie. I'm like,
Get out of here, you nosy little pervert, or I'm going to slap you silly.
Uncle Frank.
Isn't Uncle Frank like the biggest asshole ever in all of Christmas cinema?
I always love that line. I think it's in part 2 where he's like, your dad is paying good money for this trip. And he's like, I wouldn't want to ruin your vacation, Mr. Cheapskate.
Yeah.
Damn.
Kevin always got him back on something, it seemed like. I just remembered this. I want to talk about this. So, Carry On came out last Friday with Jason Bateman and Taron Egerton. Did I say his name right?
Sounds about right.
Egerton. Something like that. So every holiday season, millions travel safely by air. This Christmas will be different. An airport security officer races to outsmart a mysterious traveler, forcing him to let a dangerous item slip onto a Christmas Eve flight. This obviously has an average Letterboxd score of 3.1. I gave it a 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's pretty good in it. Fairly good plot, I mean, great acting. Jason Bateman, I mean, he needs to play more villains, I think. I mean, he's got
real jerk energy.
Yeah, I mean, he can just
say that in real life.
I mean, the way his tone is and the way he says things, he's that awesome, smart ass villain.
Yeah. Got kind of a smart ass face.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, some things happen and Taron's character ends up somewhere where he's not supposed to be for the day, so they end up rolling with him.
Right, he's a TSA agent.
And they're trying to sneak a package onto a plane, pretty much. And, he gives him an earpiece, and it's a little note that says, put this in, and from there, it's just, Jason Bateman is just, kind of
masterminding.
Yeah, making him do things that he shouldn't do to get this package through, and he's, he happens to be a guy that flunked out of the police academy, and he's there, and he's, he works with his girlfriend, and they're getting ready to have a kid, and so he's kind of underachieving in his girlfriend's mind, and obviously, even people that he works with are like, what are you doing here, But so they kind of, he's directing traffic and he's trying to get Jason caught. And it's a good movie, but it's Christmas themed.
Yep.
Takes place on Christmas Eve, like I said. And it's very tense movie, but it was good. But here's the thing. It was a solid little Netflix movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for a Netflix movie.
Right.
I'll say that. It's great. But there's something missing from this that keeps it from being a 4 or 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really feel like it's that it can be that quality of movie, but there's just something that keeps it there. Like, it just loses its way a little bit at times, and there's just something missing. I can't put my finger on it, but
it's one of those ones where you're looking at it like, man, this is so close to being a better movie.
Yes. Like, I mean, obviously there's a great plot in there. Great storyline. I don't know if it's something in the dialogue or something, but yeah, it's still a good movie though.
I think there was a TikTok where a guy was kind of like fake screaming at his girlfriend, like they're watching the end of the movie. Like she said, this was better than Die Hard. Like better than Die Hard, better than Die Hard.
Talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's definitely not better than Die Hard.
It's definitely Die Hard 2 vibes.
Yes.
And somebody I follow on social media said it's very like Nick of Time.
Yeah, you might have seen me comment that on. It was somebody's post. It might have been. I think it might have been that director or who's the other horror guy that we talk to every once in a while on X or Twitter. I forget, but he has a familiar name. People get him confused with somebody else that's popular.
Oh, Joe Russo.
Yeah, Joe Russo. Yeah, there we go. He was talking about this, and I was like, it might have been the director of Werewolves too. I'm getting the two of them mixed up for some reason. But he was talking about this, and he was like, yeah, it was good. And I was like, yeah, it had total Nick of Time vibes. I mean, it's right there with, you got to do something or we're going to kill your girlfriend or your daughter. But solid movie.
Yeah, I was into it. I'm like you. I think I ended up giving it like a 3 stars. But it's so close between that 3 and 3.5. I made the joke. I sent it in the group chat that I was looking at the runtime. The runtime's an hour and 59 minutes.
Yeah,
it was actively pissing me off, just the runtime. It was like every Netflix movie is like an hour and 56, 7, 8, 9 minutes, or 2 hours and 1 minute, and it's always like 10 minutes too long. And I think that's part of what this movie suffers from. It's just a little too long. They have the beginning where Jason Bateman you see him showing up, getting the package and killing a couple guys.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it was kind of cool, but you didn't really need it. So you could have saved a few minutes there. You could have saved a few minutes at the end of the movie. So you could have tightened it up and made it like a really into a really cool thriller. And it's so close to being better.
It really is so close to being a great movie.
The director made like all those Liam Neeson movies, like nonstop.
Oh, okay. That explains it then. Like that guy's always just missing something.
And like I say, some of those are better, some of those are worse, and this definitely fits in right in there.
My advice for most movies is a little shorter, please.
You don't have the best attention span for a movie, so
I have fine attention span for movies. It's just about
no, not after it goes an hour and a half. You're like, I'm done with it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem.
I've got an attention span. This is it.
There's a very few exception, like
I don't know
Gangs of New York. That was a great movie, and it's long.
Gangs of New York is a phenomenal movie. Yeah. That's one where you've got to like stop and go take a piss. Though.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a long movie, and it's great. But
Gangs of New York is what, like 3.5 hours or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's insanely long.
But I love it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is,
90-minute movies for you.
Like I mentioned earlier, I can't put my finger on what is preventing me from giving it. Like I want to give it a better score, but I can't.
Yeah, I like it, but I just like.
The only reason why I gave it a 3.5 over a 3 was because Jason Bateman was really good in it, and I don't know if they should have had more scenes of him fucking people up or what, but like I said, it just doesn't do enough to earn that solid 4 stars for me.
I can't remember if it was our guy from Real Takes Dan. He said it's like Die Hard but bad. I'm like, poor Dan. He really
gave it 2 stars.
Yeah, I think it's his review.
Film Diva gave it 3.5, so she's kind of in line with us. Who's this? Somebody gave it. Oh, Movie Talk with Brock gave it 4, so he really enjoyed it. Who is this? Unedited Takes by Spencer. He gave it 3.5. Yeah. What's his face? Where is he at here? Real, is it Real Takes? Yeah, there we go.
Dan.
Why can't I see? Oh, there it is, right there. Guys, what if Die Hard was bad? TSA, the real heroes. I gotta like that. That's a clever little review there.
Dan, I can say I showed you guys, like, Dan's a real hater sometimes. But
and he made a post on TikTok where he was like, I've been reluctant to hand out my Letterbox username. Wow. And you can tell why, because he goes ham on these reviews, dude. He's brutal. Like some movies are genuinely like fun, great movies. Like we'll be in like a solid agreement. Like, oh, that's a solid 3.5, and it's like a 1.5, 2 for him.
He likes the movie. He likes the movie. When he don't like it, he don't like it.
He's a literal type guy. Like everything's got to be. He reminds me of Muzz when he reviews movies. Like everything's got to have their I's dotted and their T's crossed, and if it isn't, watch out. But I mean, super nice guy though. I gotta say that he likes everything we post. So he seems to reciprocate the love.
Yeah,
and
cool dude.
I appreciate it. Okay, you guys want to do a little trivia to close the show out?
Yeah.
Christmas
Sure.
trivia here. All right. What's the full name of the little girl in the movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Cindy Lou Who.
Cindy Lou Who.
He beat you right to the punch.
I'll let him have it.
Father Christmas here.
I don't have to be cutthroat.
Yeah. That's
In the song Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer, what incriminating evidence was found on Grandma's back?
Tracks.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Claw
Play
marks.
tracks. I don't know if I've ever,
hoof marks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've actually ever heard that song. I'm sure I have at some
Really?
point, but I couldn't.
It's in verse 2.
Grandma got ran over by the reindeer. Who was the voice of the conductor in the Polar Express?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah. He looked at you. He's like, I'm giving you that one.
I've still never seen that one. I think I read the book or something back in middle school or whatever.
I haven't watched it either. And, when I was at my mom's last weekend, we made cookies and it was on. And I watched a little bit of it, and it looks like it hasn't held up that well.
It actually, I just watched it recently for the first time, like last year, and then we just watched it again a couple weeks ago, and it's better than I thought it was going to be because I didn't watch it. I never watched it for
The animation looks very outdated, though.
Yeah, but it's part of its charm. I think it's a Zemeckis movie, isn't it? Yeah, and it's much better than I thought it was going to be because I had no interest in watching it, but the kids wanted to watch it, so we watched it, and I liked it. So it's underrated, I think.
Okay. Trying to get
You would like it.
comfortable place here to read these off. Name the famous Christmas song by Paul McCartney.
Is it simply having a wonderful, or is it just a wonderful Christmas time?
Wonderful Christmas Time.
Wonderful, yeah. Simply, I couldn't.
Okay. It was estimated in 2010 that McCartney makes how much a year from this song?
Oh,
We had this question last year, I think, or whenever we did trivia.
Did we?
I think so.
Maybe I'm reading the cards back. I thought I shuffled them a little bit. 400,000.
really?
Yeah.
That much? I didn't think it'd be that much.
Here, we'll shuffle
I
these
think we were
up.
all wrong, but I remember that question.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I was listening to some story on the radio. And they were talking about how like the same 5 or 10 songs take over the top 10 every year for Christmas. Like Mariah Carey's is always number one.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney's is always it's up there somewhere, and like the White Christmas and all that stuff. And what's Brenda Lee rocking around the Christmas tree? She's always like number 2 or something. And it's just like the same songs every year. And I forget if number 2 was Wonderful Christmas Time or not. They're like it just can't ever beat Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's just unstoppable.
There's a reason why they call her the Queen of Christmas.
I like his song better, though.
Okay. In which modern day country was St. Nicholas born in?
I feel like we had this question.
Yeah, I think so, too. Like Germany or Sweden or something.
Turkey.
Yeah, it was something weird. We definitely had that question.
Because we just said like Switzerland or something.
Yeah.
We might have done all these. I didn't think we made it through this
We did
much
a
of the
lot,
deck.
yeah.
Yeah. In the movie A Christmas Story, what product sponsors the radio show that Ralphie listens to?
Don't forget to drink your Ovaltine.
Yeah.
A crummy ad.
Okay. In the movie Christmas with the Cranks, what food item rolls into the street and is run over by a truck?
A ham.
Yeah.
That was I remember that from last year.
Good job.
I don't think I've still never seen that one. Well, maybe when I was younger, I saw it all the way through.
I've got this Christmas movie trivia too. You can read some of this off to us
Okay.
next, so I can. Who stars in Santa in the Santa Claus? Who stars as Santa in the Santa Claus movies?
Tim Allen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a slam dunk there. Okay, let me set this down. How many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol?
3.
4. Because Jacob Marley counts.
Oh. I knew it couldn't be obvious.
What store does Santa work at in the movie Miracle on 34th Street?
Never seen it.
Yeah, is that Macy?
What? Yeah, it's Macy's.
None of them?
Oh,
There
dude,
was-
I love that early 90s one with
Richard Attenborough and Mara Wilson or whatever's the little girl and Dermot Mulroney.
Yeah,
the other guy.
yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, you got like 3 or 4 of those to choose from.
What's the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time?
Ooh.
This is so easy.
Easy.
I just made it harder.
Die Hard?
No. Home Alone.
Yeah.
That was my first choice, but I went.
In the movie It's a Wonderful Life, what's the name of Jimmy Stewart's character?
George Bailey.
And we know you know that.
I have no idea.
What's the name of the ghost dog in the movie The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Zero.
Yep. Bonus question. What does Jack call Santa Claus?
I don't remember.
Doesn't he call him like? Doesn't he call him like Sandy Claus or something?
Sandy Claus.
Sandy Claus.
Okay. This song was originally a hit for a 13-year-old boy in 1952 and then popularized by a legendary 1970s boy band.
Ooh.
This is easy too.
Little Drummer Boy.
No.
Is it a Beach Boys song?
No.
I was trying to think of one they sung.
I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, recorded by Jimmy Boyd and the Jackson 5.
Okay.
That's another
That's
one.
a great song, yeah.
Yeah, you hear it and you're like, damn it. How did I not get that?
I did. I really did.
This incredible popular Christmas song, known by nearly everyone, was written for Thanksgiving, not for Christmas. I love this game too,
Jingle
by the way.
Bells?
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on this, you'll never guess Christmas trivia. They have QR codes on the back so you can scan it and learn about the card, the trivia question.
Yeah. Cool.
Name the actor who stars in both of these two popular Christmas movies, Love Actually and Die Hard. It's easy.
I've never seen Love Actually, but I do know the answer.
Yep. Alan Rickman.
Okay.
He's cheating on his wife or whatever. I think.
Yeah. Like he's going to buy a piece of jewelry and it's not for her. I think that movie's way overrated too.
I always see a lot of people talking about it, and it's like it's either overrated or it's like all the characters are kind of like terrible to each other or something.
It really is. It's a movie about the most terrible people on Christmas.
Right? Everybody shows what's his name from Walking Dead,
Andrew Lincoln's in it.
and he's doing the sign thing to Keira Knightley, wanting her to cheat on her husband or whatever.
Yeah.
He's in love with Keira Knightley, who's his best friend's wife.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, you should have done this before they got married. Now you got the balls to mess up your best friend's marriage. It's just a shitty movie.
That's everybody says.
It's a terrible movie.
It was like, yeah, we used to like that, but then we realized, oh, damn.
Who played Papa Elf in the movie Elf?
Bob Newhart.
Yep. Name the first company that executed a marketing campaign for Christmas with Santa in 1931. It's another easy one.
I think we had this one last year too.
Coca-Cola.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bonus question. The first company to use Santa Claus in a promotional ad in 1915. And no one will know this. White Rock Water. Is that even around anymore?
I'm looking at it. I was just curious.
Elvis Presley will have what kind of Christmas without you?
A blue.
Yeah. Elvis, man, has a great lineup of Christmas songs, doesn't he? In the movie Polar Express, what's the first gift of Christmas?
The bell.
Yep. Who sings the 1994 release song All I Want for Christmas Is You?
Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah. Mariah Carey also recorded the song as a duet with what Canadian singer in 2011?
Be a guess, but I'd say Bublé.
Now Justin Bieber.
Oh.
The Biebs. The Biebs got you
I
on
want
that
to
one.
know even less now.
Yeah. What popular holiday song was written during the Cuban Missile Crisis and was a plea for peace?
I feel like I'll know it.
Happy Christmas.
Do you hear what I hear?
Oh.
Makes sense. St. Nicholas Day falls on what date? Spoiler alert, it's not December 25th. But it is in the month of December.
I don't know.
December 6th. What well-known Christmas carol became the first song ever broadcast from space in 1965? I think we had this one last year. Don't know it? Gonna give a guess?
I'll be home for Christmas.
Jingle bells.
Here's my White Rock Beverages is an American beverage company located in Whitestone, Queens, New York City. The company was established in 1871 by pharmacist H.M. Culver in Waukesha, Wisconsin. The Indians and settlers believed that the nearby White Rock Natural Spring had special medicinal powers, so White Rock Beverages started out as a destination for vacationers and health seekers. By 1876, the company was bottling and distributing the natural spring water throughout the country.
It sounds like the type of water that
Coca-Cola is frequently credited with the invention of the modern image of Santa Claus as an old man in red and white garments. However, White Rock predated Coca-Cola's uses of Santa in advertisements for soft drinks. In 1923, the company used Santa to advertise its ginger ale after first using him to sell mineral water in 1915.
I think next year we're going to take turns reading The Night Before Christmas.
Yeah. I used to, when my buddy Brian lived up here, I'd hang out with them some Christmas Eves, and I'd go back to their house and I'd read the kids The Grinch.
Nice. Yeah, maybe we'll have to do something where we do something up for TikTok or whatever. Okay. What does Santa say at the end of the book, A Visit from St. Nicholas?
Is that, and to all a good night?
Happy Christmas and to all. Happy Christmas to all and to all a good night. You got something for us over there, Papa Flynn?
This is a weird. It's not as simple because there are all the there's each chapter is like a different movie.
Yeah.
And there are multiple choice questions. But let's see here. What sort of salesman is Del Griffith? This is from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, he's a shower ring. Yeah. I remember that because he sells them as jewelry. Yeah. That's more of a Thanksgiving movie, though.
In what city does the film take place? And we are talking about The Shop Around the Corner.
I have no idea.
This question's not for you, Eric.
Yeah.
Budapest.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was later remade as You've Got Mail.
Oh, okay.
See, I knew you knew.
Is You Got Mail a holiday movie?
That one's not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember anything being holiday related.
Has anybody seen Mixed Nuts?
No.
Okay.
Heard of it. I've never seen it, I don't think. It's like one of those ensemble Christmas movies.
Oh, here we go. Elf. We're going to do the whole Elf chapter.
Okay. Whatever you say, sir.
What year was Elf released?
Let's go 2007.
I will go 4.
3.
Okay.
2003.
Wow, I was way late on that.
Yeah. It was we were in high school. Remember? I remember playing a game on a computer in high school, the snowball throwing game.
I don't remember. I remember playing a snowball game, but it wasn't Elf. It had like little kids on it, and you threw snowballs at it.
Oh, yeah, there was an Elf game on computer. Who plays the role of Buddy the Elf?
Mr. Farrell.
Yeah.
It's the easy one.
Which is not one of the 3 professions available to the elves? A, being a shoe cobbler. B, asking riddles to travelers going over bridges. C, baking cookies in trees. Or D, building toys in Santa's workshop.
B.
I would have guessed B also.
Yeah, it's the one that doesn't make any sense.
Why do the elves name the baby Buddy?
Because he doesn't have a name.
No, you remember why?
No.
It was on his diaper.
Oh.
Little Buddy diaper or
Yeah,
whatever.
okay.
Let's see. What elf job is Buddy demoted to when he cannot adequately make toys?
Etch-a-sketch tester or whatever.
Toy testing.
Yeah.
What happened to Buddy's birth mother?
She was a hooah.
She died.
From being a hooah.
What is the profession of Buddy's dad, Walter?
He's a lawyer, isn't he? Or no, book publisher.
Yeah. What is Buddy shocked to learn about Walter?
He's mean.
Nope.
He's on the naughty list.
There you go. Nope. At what store does Buddy get his job as an elf?
Oh, shit. I don't remember. It's not Macy's. It's something else. I don't know.
Gimbals.
Yeah, Gimbals. Yes. Gimbals department store.
This is one of my favorites here. What does Buddy tell the mall Santa he smells like?
I forget, but isn't Artie the Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And then
Beef and cheese.
Oh, yes. Beef and cheese.
Smell like beef and cheese. What does Buddy eat at the doctor's office? He's like,
Jelly beans?
cotton balls.
Oh.
He keeps swallowing.
Man, it's been a while since I've
Oh
seen
my
it.
gosh. When do Buddy and Michael become friends?
After the snowball fight.
Yep. When Buddy is in the mailroom, he gets drunk on whiskey because he thinks it's what?
Hot cocoa.
Syrup.
Syrup. Okay.
Who plays the role of Jovi?
That Zoe Deschanel.
Yes.
Okay.
Why does Buddy assume Miles Finch is an elf?
Because he's a dwarf.
He's short.
Yeah. He's a
where-
little person.
Where does Buddy write his note to Walter and his family?
Man, I don't remember that.
On an Etch-a-Sketch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. And it's like perfectly like written
Yeah.
out on it.
Where does Santa's sleigh crash?
Oh, in the park.
Yeah, Central Park.
Yeah, Central Park.
What song does Jovi start singing in order to increase the amount of Christmas spirit?
You better watch out. You better not pout. You better not cry. I'm telling you what.
There you
Santa
go.
Claus is coming. I was getting to it. Jesus.
What does Walter eventually write a successful children's book about?
Buddy the Elf, right?
Yeah. What do Buddy and Jovi name their daughter?
Oh, that I don't know.
Susie.
What a good name for a little girl. Susie.
True or false? Santa kidnaps Buddy from the orphanage.
False.
Yeah.
He climbs into Santa's bag on accident.
Walter works in the iconic 30 Rockefeller Plaza building. These are all true or false?
True.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Empire State Building.
That's a trick question.
True or false? Director Jon Favreau provides the voice of Mr. Narwhal.
True.
This is Will Ferrell's first movie role after leaving SNL.
False.
Nope. True.
I call bullshit on that. Well, he was still on SNL when he did whatchamacallit, the movie with Chris Kattan.
Oh,
Yeah.
Night of the Roxbury.
Because that
that's
was an
what I'm-
SNL movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When Buddy is offered fruit spray at the mall, he uses it as a cologne.
Is that true or false? I mean,
False.
false, yeah.
He thinks it's a fruit spray. Okay. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, this is all him.
What year did it come out?
Oh, jeez.
1937,
Newer.
1947,
Older.
1940,
Newer.
1943,
Newer.
1945,
Newer.
1946.
There you go. What is the name of the town where the movie takes place?
Shoot, I can see the sign. Bedford Falls.
There you go. We're not doing any more of those. Okay. These are all like the same questions in different movies.
There's a Jingle All the Way chapter in there, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think so.
In what year did Bad Santa come out?
Oh, 2001,
Newer.
2003.
Yeah.
I was guessing somewhere in the early 2000s.
Same year as Elf.
I had Bad Santa. I watched Bad Santa before you guys got here, and Bad Santa 2 halfway through.
This is the live action Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas. How many weeks did the film spend at number 1 in the U.S.?
Let's go 6.
4.
Ah,
I was thinking 5. Had to be a couple weeks, but not too long.
yeah, right.
Where is Whoville located?
In a snow globe.
Close. It's on a tiny snowflake.
Oh.
I'd have guessed Snow Globe also.
Yeah.
I think I've only seen it all the way through.
That's like one of the things I remember, just seeing snow or whatever.
Yeah.
Sucks for those people when that hits the ground.
Yeah.
On what station was the movie The Year Without a Santa Claus originally broadcast?
CBS.
ABC.
Oh, God.
I was thinking ABC, but it would have just been a guess.
Family-friendly ABC.
What is the name of the town where Jack Skellington lives?
I don't know shit about that movie.
Not Halloween Town?
Halloween Town, yeah.
I used to watch that all the time as a kid. Now I don't remember shit about
Halloween. This is Halloween.
Sometimes that's my in between Halloween and December watch.
it.
Yes,
Like-
that's the perfect time for it. It's my Thanksgiving movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Who directed The Muppet Christmas Carol?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a trick question.
That's for him.
It's
It's a PBS question all the way.
isn't it like it's not Jim Henson, but it's like his son, Chris Henson or something like
Ryan
that?
Henson, yeah.
Yeah.
In what city does it take place?
London?
Yep. Which Muppet is the main narrator of the story?
Rizzo. No, not Rizzo. Gonzo.
Gonzo, yeah.
Rizzo, I think Rizzo's the rat. His buddy.
What does Scrooge do when two men come to collect money to buy food for the poor?
Shoots him. No, I don't know.
Throws him out.
He says the poor are already looked after by prisons and workhouses.
That's exactly what they want nowadays.
Yeah. That's the line straight out of the book. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Some would rather die than go to those places. Well, they should do it and increase the surplus population.
We don't know what books are.
Is there no table of like contents in there?
Maybe. What airport is mentioned in the movie's opening monologue? It's Love Actually is the movie.
Heathrow?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be Heathrow.
I don't know. If it takes place in London, if it's in London, it's got to be Heathrow, I guess.
Where is Jamie's housekeeper from?
No idea.
Argentina.
Portugal.
Oh, it was close.
When was The Family Stone released?
Couldn't tell you.
I feel like I've heard of that, but
2005.
He's looking. Look at him.
I am. Should have looked at the table of contents. So I was trying to read some movies while I look. The Year Without a Santa Claus was originally a book. True or false?
false.
True.
Oh,
I get that right by default.
yeah. That is one of my favorite Rankin Bass. That's the one with like Heat Miser.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Oh, here we go. Excellent. Okay. Our traditional question: when was Jingle All the Way released?
Ooh. Let's go 99.
That's what I was thinking exactly too.
96.
96. Wow, way off on that. I should know better than that.
I was watching something the other night, and that came on after. I watched like the first 10 minutes of it.
I'm waiting, man. I think I'm going to do that like Christmas Eve or something before Die Hard.
What is Howard's profession?
He's a mattress salesman.
Imagine being a mattress salesman.
What's
in
he
the 90s.
say on the line or the phone when he's like, "Have a wonderful day.
You're my number one customer."
You're my number one customer.
Yep. This is funny because it's a
By the way, you see there's a movie that Arnold's shooting right now where he's playing Santa Claus.
Yeah, I saw like a clip of it. It looked almost like somebody who was making it was filming it or something.
Yeah.
this is I'm going to read this multiple choice question because it's funny, but it's easy. But who plays the role of Myron Larrabee, the postal worker who becomes Howard's nemesis? A. Sting, B. Coolio, C. Eminem, or D. Sinbad?
I think we all know the answer to that.
It's funny though. Funny.
It's Eminem. No, it's Sinbad.
Where does Jingle All the Way take place?
Minnesota.
The Twin Cities.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
I think.
Howard hears a radio advertisement about a competition in which the winner will receive a free Turbo Man doll. What is the competition for?
To name all of the Santa's reindeers.
Yeah. Well, it's just trivia, but yeah. You get bonus points.
Because he's running down the street and he's like, Dash, dance,
Who attacks Howard as he is trying to steal a Turbo Man doll from Ted?
Oh, it's the reindeer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he punches it right in the face and they're like drinking beer afterwards. After he gets caught, trying to steal it.
Oh, here we go. What is the name of Turbo Man's arch enemy?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What is his name? I don't know. It's slipping my mind.
Let's see if I can remember.
Before you flip the page and get the answer.
Dementor.
Dementor, yeah. Go, Dementor.
Okay, so this is although the film was set in the Twin Cities, it was filmed mainly in Chicago. True or false?
I'm gonna go false.
False. It was filmed mainly in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Seems like that'd be. Usually they go to the cheaper place to film, so it would have been not cheaper to go to Chicago.
True or false? Arnold Schwarzenegger punches a real reindeer in the movie.
Yes, it's true.
False.
False? I mean, he doesn't really punch it. But.
In the scene where Howard punches the reindeer, a puppet is used.
Yeah, see, you could have double featured Jingle All the Way and Conan the Destroyer, because in Conan the Destroyer he punches a camel, and in here he punches a reindeer. Animal punching could have been your connector.
This is a strange question, but Jingle All the Way is commonly considered one of the best Christmas movies of all time. True or false?
True.
No, false. It says it is often included in lists of the worst Christmas movies of all time.
No way. It's one of the best.
I'd say that would really depend on who you ask. Right?
Yeah, I don't understand how that question is pretty subjective.
That's bullshit.
I think you and Rob Zilla put it on your list of favorites.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But if you look up like the Rotten Tomato, it's not good score.
I don't understand that. It was a great movie when it came out. It's still great.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Yeah, people are full of shit.
That's your Christmas takeaway this year. People are full of shit.
And Jingle All the Way is a phenomenal Christmas movie.
It's me, Jamie. I'm Turbo Man.
Yeah.
I really want a real life Turbo Man doll. I would display it year round.
We see them pop up here and there at conventions.
Yeah, I think they were selling them at like Walmart there for a while. So.
How is there not like a Turbo Man Funko Pop?
I think there is.
Yeah.
Because there's Jingle All the Way Funko Pops.
Yeah.
So that's all we have for you this year's holiday edition of the Sleazy Podcast. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully we got you into the holiday spirit. We mailed out our holiday cards. So a lot of people have been texting me thank you and stuff like that. And it seems to be the same thing. Everybody says, I got a kick out of it, as always. So, Mr. PBS was a little upset that he's always the woman in the picture.
Well, it just occurred to me, like, what would you rather be? Like, Rob Zilla's the baby and I'm the woman. So, like, I don't know. What's worse or better to be?
Rob Zilla's always the baby because we're always yelling at him.
It just never occurred to me until I looked at this one this year. I'm like, wait a minute.
It never occurred to me either.
Well, last year we were all like, just regular dudes, but I had to get back to like a funny. I'm running out of ideas too. I mean, this year was a real challenge to find that. So we're just gonna have to do like a real picture eventually or something.
Get like one of those like
substitute them in like movie posters, like Christmas movies, like and just replace the faces.
Well, every time I'm in like a Walmart or something and I go past, you walk past the women's section, there's always that little old lady section and they have the old lady sweaters. And I'm like, Rob's got to wear some of this stuff for a picture. But
got to sign Rob up to be like an elf or something one year.
And steal the costume and not bring it back. But that's all we have for you. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. Even though we will be back next week to do our best of the year. So
for episode 200.
For episode 200 too. So that'll be fun. And as always, keep it sleazy.
Thanks for listening to the Sleazy Podcast. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and remember, listen to Sleazy.